Alright, so second day of the day, I'm gonna do advances because I know that tomorrow morning there'll be questions about how I pulled off a citadel today with the clan. Um, well, most of the games today were actually easy. I hate to say that, but it was easy. It was against Havoc, and I don't think they had a good color or anything. And we had a really good lineup. We had I think it was two or three Legionnaires. I know this one has one definitely for sure, from NKN. Shout out to NKN. This game was the second line, so we've been winning, and then we had great morale, and everything just flowed. We had all the meta tanks, except for one. There was one not meta tank, and it was Louis rules with his 60 TP. But as you can see, that was a lineup I'm really satisfied with. So yeah, we had a full FSA team, except for YS Wong from SARS and Ichiro Fu from NKN. We had a few people from HK drop down too, like Cyan and Bimo. Thank you to them. But yeah, basically this team was the ANZ meta team, and it was really flowing. The entire day was great. We did it in 25 minutes. The first game Havoc had 9, and then we swept them after that. So the original call was to have the bat stay here with the CCTP holding here, and then mediums here with the heavy spreading out along the midline here. That's just what I was trying to say. Yeah, as you can see, the enemies Havoc, they had pretty heavy lineup compared to ours. We had more mediums. I like to run mediums more. It's more flexible, really. And yeah, so what went wrong? Firstly, the bat, Mr. YS Wong didn't go to here, as if he actually wanted to be more active. So yeah, that actually worked out great for us. I think it's just him using his intellect and experience. Because like I'm not experienced in this. The whole clan isn't, but YS Wong does it almost every day, and yeah, he did really well. So we pull up here with the 140 behind us, Mr. Sebi, and we have shots straight off the bat because of the active spotter. I try to go for shots, but I don't get any. Try to go for this one, and it just misses into the ground. Sebi actually gets farmed because he moved up too far, and then he wasn't using the buildings. That was what went wrong there, Seb. But yeah, so I spotted this run, and I know this guy's gonna get fucked. So yeah, I told guys to move over here so that we can start a pinch. This was actually one of the really tight games like that. They could have legitimately won. This was an attack for us. It was so if we drawn, then they would have won. You see the CCTP is getting pushed by multiple tanks. Yeah, now it's just trying to coordinate a rush so that we can get people down here and then have the heavy still stay here so that we can get supporting shots on this as they come up like I do now. The airstrike was bad. Yeah, it was bad. No way around it. And I say it's getting farmed. You see I'm getting farmed from there. Yeah, my shots are just terrible. And yeah, I move forward to use this building right here. I don't do it too well. And yeah, so I just had to move to get this as cover. These guys, I wanted them to move like really quickly through, because now these guys are just going to drop like this and farm the heavies with their steamroll. Yeah, I was just trying to coordinate a push from here. The 140, I think he was trying to say false. He was staying passive, but these guys eventually managed to work over these guys, which is good. This is what won us the game. If they kept this position, then they would have won easily. I had a shot through the cock and hit it for once. Low roll, of course. Yeah, so I'm getting from the side, so I move back. You need to use the buildings. You need to be aware of where the enemies are in Clan Wars or really in everything. See, these buildings cover me from here, and this building back here covers me from them, who's really busy as well. I make it so that this 5A goes and attacks this as well, leaving me and 277 and 5A to hold off this for as long as possible. The goal here is not trying to stay alive for us. It's just to waste their time, really. Like, you see this guy's getting held up now. He starts to move over. I know that there's people going to move over like that. I don't pen my shot, of course. Yeah, these guys cannot just work this over. It's just 6v3. We needed to be more aggressive. We needed to spot over there as well, just to see where the push is, and I do spot that. I get farmed for my tracks. I get ammo racked, but yeah, it's over for me. I just needed to use these buildings so that it takes as much time for them to get to me as possible, just to waste time. But yeah, the fight over here is going really well. I'm dead basically. I get shot from the back there. Ah, can't do that. Okay. I just had to follow who I was watching. So yeah, well, I was busy calling to like actually see watching these guys. So they actually did really well to hold there, the 5A and the 277. You need to kill this 430 just to take care of this line. If you won this line, it'd be good. Like, that's the only chance we would have to win this game. It was just to win this line. And yeah, that guy is dumb. He should have just stayed behind the rock and then make it so that our bat and our 430U and 140 had to push him. Instead, he got farmed a bit before. We can do that. He donks a shot, and that's it. That's the game over for him. So from here, what do you do? They're all trapped. They're all trapped in here. We need to kill this guy, of course. But yeah, they're all trapped here. All they need to do is they need to stay inside here and make us go to them or cap. And they cap. They just make a coordinated rush. Can't believe how long it takes to kill that guy. Now, yeah, I'm just trying to get eyes on them really, using Cyan. There you go, 277. I don't think anyone else has shots at this point since they're still busy moving up. YS Wong uses this bush here to spot this sort of thing. I was actually kind of scared there. I wanted him to play more over here so that he can light this sort of push, but they end up not doing that. Ended up being okay. And so I want Sam to get here so that he can easily move into the city. I was planning to do a pincer with these guys and these guys, and have these guys go around here, and then these guys go around like this as well. We're just trying to find shots at the moment. We need to bleed them out before we rush. YS Wong has shots here, but he doesn't elect to shoot because he doesn't have a good angle, which is fair enough. And yeah, I was actually considering capping. Like, if the bat capped and then we had the crossfire here, but that would have been too risky. I think the bat would have died because you might have gotten spotted from like wherever. And we didn't have time. We still have 4 minutes, which means that we do have time on our side and we can do whatever. We just need to wait for them to make mistakes. I call for the push from one medium tank to go here to get a better angle. And it ends up being the 140 doing that. And then he needs to move up here just to find better angles. So what we need them to do is just to exit that position, right? And then try to make a push, make them make a push. And yeah, so I send these guys over all the way to here just to make them push somewhere, and then we can start the pins from there. Russian gets good shots. And yeah, I'm just flicking through the members right now. Zebi has shots here, but yeah, he doesn't go for it. He gets unlit, and he wasn't sure about the prospects of the shot. What is that then? Yeah, so the 5A, I think this is really important. So they get lit here, the 430. The 430 gets lit. And that means that they had to actually move over. And then once they moved over, I knew that it was safe for the bat to go and the 140 to go because see, there's the lit signature, and this bat could have had the crossfire like that. And then yeah, so these guys were now safe to move wherever they wanted to, and all these guys need to do is just wait. See, they're getting farmed already by the bat, by YS Wong. See, now they're starting to move. So now I'm calling for the 430 to go closer, and the 140s also go closer. They're starting to push. We need to beat them out from far away before they get to the 430 and the 5As. So they start to push down here. I was actually scared of them going for the bat, but then they end up making a right turn towards the 430, and that's when the 430 went closer, just to get an angle on both sides. If you take this, you can just control this side and this side. Sun gets lit. I told him to get into the building because I thought they were going to push him, but they decided to go push this, as I've said before. And yeah, from here, since all 5 of their tanks are now committed over here, now we can just pinch them however we want to. YS Wong starts being more aggressive. I think what could have won them the game was if these guys just make a coordinated push all the way around here and then kill this without these guys getting involved. I wanted Zebi to move actually like directly because that's faster, and he was really out of the game at that point. The bat was fine because the bat was reloading. But yeah, now these guys can pinch now, and as they get drawn in, they actually don't decide to push, which is a bad mistake. Snubber goes back here to play camouflage, which is good because now they're hesitant. They become hesitant, and now they're getting beat from this side as well with the bats and the 430U. Now they're hesitant. They don't push this. That's their biggest mistake. That's what lost them the game. So we're still far away, and yeah. And Russian has this little fight over there. over here by himself with Cyan going in as well. That's what lost them the game. They should have pushed into the 5A. They should have pushed. They could have pushed whatever at this point. That's because what happened here was that they were just stuck in these corridors, and you were able to pick them apart one by one. And this was mistakes like this all the time in the entire advance that lost them the game. HAVOK people, if you're watching this, I would recommend for you to get experience on pushing and like making the right calls to push, because you cannot be hesitant. Cyan takes lots of damage there for ramming for no reason. But yeah, you cannot be hesitant in advances or calling in general, like especially in like maps where it takes a long time to get to places. If you get the jump on people like they did on us, where we still have tanks here and tanks here, they would have won that. They would have won this. And yeah, so that's it for me today. I hope you guys learned something. I'm not the best caller, but you know, like this is my way of learning too. I watch over replays and I learn as well. And yeah, hopefully you guys can see my mindset on it now. Thank you. Yeet, yeet, and